Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the big show. My name is Mickey. This is Mickey in the Middle, the quintessential show for middle Americans where all middle Americans are welcome. It doesn't matter where you've been. Doesn't matter where you go. It just matters that you're here right now. Doesn't matter what your demographic is. Most important, I got news for you. It does not matter what your demographic is because last night we kind of broke the barrier and we kind of started telling people specifically why your demographic matters to politicians. The politician only wants to find out what your demographic is so they can kiss your ass so that you will go along with all of their insane policies that screw up the rest of your life, like the economy. Is the economy stupid? Yeah, it's the economy. So if they go, hey, look here, if you're LGBT, come over here, I will take care of you, and then they screw up your economy, did they do you a favor by you being LGBTQIA plus and associating with somebody? If somebody says, I'm for the Second Amendment, and then they screw up your life with making it easier on regulations on big corporations to take advantage of you, or it's harder for a barrier to entry into certain sectors of the economy, if they make it impossible for you to raise your family in a good environment, then they're taking advantage of your demographic. We do not let people take advantage of anybody's demographic here. We want all demographics to join us at the Mickey in the Middle show because we care about you in the sense that we don't care who you are. We don't care what your demographic is. We're all middle Americans here. Doesn't matter what the color of your skin is, doesn't matter what your religion is, it doesn't matter what your gender, your sex, your orientation, or anything else. It just matters that you're here. I'm an old guy, so I'm preferential to old people. So we move slower than the young people. But guess what? I've got a kid who's in her early 20s. So I'm just saying, right? I can relate, right? I raised kids. I've been there. I've been there, done that. So anyway, without further ado, let's get to the Mickey in the Middle comment Olympics like we do every single night. Congratulations. We have upset Carolyn Greggs-Ledger. That means that for the second time in the last, I don't know, month, Carolyn Greggs-Ledger has been knocking it out of the park. Last night, she was a gold medal winner, but tonight, Dawn Ledger brings the gold medal home. Congratulations, Dawn. That is absolutely fantastic. Dawn's out there. Yesterday, it was 108 degrees out there in Arizona. Just wanted to let you know. I hope it's a little cooler than that today, Dawn. But congratulations on the gold medal. And coming in second with a nice smooth silver is Carolyn Greggs-Ledger because she's always got her finger on the button. Just want to let you know. Thank you very much, Carolyn. I greatly appreciate that. And then that is awesome. So Nicole actually had some stuff that she needed to do. So long story short, I will explain what happened to Nicole in just a second. That is a great question. And hi, Debbie Caldwell. Thank you very much for joining the big show. You are in a bronze medal. I bet you didn't even know that you were in the competition for anything, but you made the third comment by an individual on the show tonight. So congratulations. You are the winner of the bronze medal. So let's get to the show. And remember, at any time you can ask a question and then just ask it again and again. If I don't get to it, I'm going to eventually get to them. So if you have any questions or comments, please let me know. That makes the show a lot more fun. Okay. So what happened to Nikki? Well, Nikki has an open invitation to come back, but sometimes her life gets in the way. She's a very extraordinary young lady who does amazing things, and she is down in Mississippi, and she is my niece. But 9 o'clock is a tough time for a young woman of her situation with work, with family, with social life, with everything else. So actually, I haven't talked to Nicole since before I went to Massachusetts. So it's time for me to get back in touch and say, hey, girl, what is up down in Mississippi? What is up in Mississippi? Because I know you're up to no good. So hopefully Nicole will be back very, very shortly, but she always has an open invitation to come back. Next thing on the agenda is you might notice that I'm wearing a pink shirt. Might look a little purpley, but it is a pink shirt. How about that? Did you know that today is International Pink Shirt Day? Yeah, today's International Pink Shirt Day. So I've got some comments about International Pink Shirt Day. How am I going to do this and be gentle? I don't think there's a way to do this and be gentle. Uh, what happened was, I don't know whether you know this, but it is International Pink Shirt Day. And a bunch of years ago in Canada, somebody that was gay was wearing a pink shirt and they were being bullied by some people. So a couple of straight white students interjected themselves into the situation and stopped the bullying. So now, on this day, which is what day is today? The 19th of July. Is it the 19th of July? Man, it is the 19th of July. In the United States of America, on the 19th of July, we are celebrating International Pink Shirt Day to stop bullying of and make awareness for gay, lesbian, LGBTQIA plus. So that's a thing, and I'm gonna get to more of that in just a second. So here's what the thing is: a day of pink. So let's do this. Let me get my stuff together here. Sure. So here it is. Level up Jean-Marie Rose. Level up the love on International Day of Pink. Let's get over the cyberbullying. And this is the thing. Update Stonewall Across America. Activate this. Cochrane, Stop the War. There's a whole bunch of people that are different than us. Canada's Drag Race. So that is awesome, right? So that is awesome. Yeah. No. 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 You can't have pink. You can't have pink because that supports the fight against breast cancer. You cannot have pink under any circumstance. See this? I wear this every single day. This is a pink bracelet. See that? I wear it every single day because pink has been the international color against breast cancer, fighting the good fight against breast cancer for as long as I can remember with the Susan G. Komen from back in 1980. Here's the thing. You can't have pink. You can have an International Shirt Day. You can have International Turquoise Day. You can have blue. You can have green. You can have red. You can have whatever color you want, but not pink. But you can't have Pink Day. Level up the love. Save the date. International Pink Shirt Day. No. Look, we all know people that have had breast cancer. It is an extremely important part of many people's lives. And when you say, hey, it's International Day of Pink, everybody immediately thinks breast cancer. And then you're taking it and you're saying, no, this is LGBTQIA plus. No, the fuck it's not. It's breast cancer. I don't care whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, whether you identify as something other than a man or a woman. I don't care whether you're trans, whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're lesbian, whether you're bi, whether you're a whatever. Here's the deal. Stay the fuck away from pink. Stay away from pink. This pisses me off. You can't have everything your way. Well, breast cancer, blah, blah. Listen to me. No. No. This is crossing the line. You can't trick people into going, oh, it's International Day of Pink. Everybody immediately thinks breast cancer. And then you go, oh, no, this is against cyberbullying. That is presenting a false flag. That is misinformation. That is lying. Everybody knows that breast cancer awareness is pink. The fight against breast cancer, pink. Breast cancer, pink. Year round, 365 days. It's the most destructive thing to breast tissue and human beings possible. You cannot have pink. Pisses me off, man. And this is easy. This is easy. Who's thinking that this is a good idea? So right after the show, I'm going to go on and I'm going to go, this is bullshit. And it's not being transphobic or gay phobic or LGBTQIA plus phobic. I don't even know what it is anymore. Because here you go. Let's go ahead and do this. This is the best description of this, right? This is the best description of this. International Day of Pigs is a worldwide anti-bullying, anti-homophobia event that is held every year during the second week of April, set up as an international day against bullying, discrimination, homophobia, transphobia, and trans misogyny in cities around town across the world, similar to Pink Shirt Day, which is an annual event in Canada where people wear pink-colored shirts to stand against bullying. Now, here's what the thing is. See the discrimination in here? Now, Pink Day, Pink Shirt Day, okay? International Day of Pig is a worldwide anti-bullying, anti-homophobia event that is held during the year's second week. The day is similar to Pink Shirt Day, which is an annual event in Canada where people wear pink to standing against bullying. International Day of Pink. Homophobia, transphobia, misogyny in cities all across the world. So they're saying that this day is the second week of April. Didn't we already have an entire Pride Month? Everybody remember June? Does everybody remember June? They can't fit this into June? They can't do an International Day of Pink in June? They can't do Pink Shirt Day in June? They can't fit it into the 30 days. So they have to have a week in April. They have to have a day in July. They have to have a month in June. Yeah, they. Because they're not people that are in the fight against breast cancer. If you're not on my side on the fight against breast cancer, then you're on the wrong damn side. My wife was affected. My mom was affected. My grandmothers were affected. I was affected. My stuff was benign. I've had 3 surgeries. I've had 3 partial mastectomies. Oh, yeah, I did. I got too much prolactin in my system. Who would figure that breast cancer it also affects men and women and trans and LGBTQIA. It's the most insane thing you've ever seen in your entire life. Simple fact of the matter is that this is unacceptable and I will not accept it. I accept all the people. You say fight bullying and cyberbullying against LGBTQIA plus persons. I'm all about that. Can't have the color pink. Got to come up with something else. Debbie Caldwell says, yes, it's always been for breast cancer. Thank you. No pink. My best friend died from breast cancer. BS is right. Thank you very much for that. Dwayne says, how many dollars are collected thinking it's going to breast cancer with this? I'm betting that there's hundreds and thousands of dollars, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of $1,000s thinking it's going to breast cancer. Crazy. The whole damn month for them. Yeah, look, I understand you want Pride Month. You want more than Pride Day. That's awesome. I understand. Historically, the push down crowds, LGBTQIA plus. Here's what the thing is. You can't have pink. I've worn this every day since my wife's funeral. Every day. Every day I wear this. Every day. You can't have pink. That's about all I got to say for that. Can't have pink. All right, next topic. All right, so I got to ask the crowd, do you guys want to do Nancy Pelosi's husband, or do you want to do illegal immigrants bust to D.C.? This is one of the greatest. These are 2 of the greatest stories. This just shows that the American people are suckers. The American people are suckers because our politicians really don't care about us. So the first one to make a comment about, do you want to see illegal immigrants to D.C. or Paul Pelosi, the husband of Nancy Pelosi, then I'm going to do the rest of the show on that. Both. All right. We're going to start off with what's on top of the list. Hey, everybody. Did you know that Nancy Pelosi was a woman who's a congressperson from California, San Francisco area? She's been in Congress for more than 35 years. She has been elected to Congress 16 17 times. Thank you very much, San Francisco. Greatly appreciate that. She suckered you. She is ruining your life, but because she supports LGBTQIA plus, you are going to give her all of your votes and she's going to screw up your life. I like that. I like the fact that you're so shallow that Nancy Pelosi says, hey, I support LGBTQIA. You give her your votes and she can really, really, really mess up your entire life. She throws you a few bones every now and then. Hey, here's a little bit of money to paint the San Francisco Bridge. Hey, here's a little bit of money for the homelessness. Hey, here's a little bit of money for the roads. Yeah, we'll get you that. But she's ruining the economy. She's ruining housing. She's ruining the monetary system of the United States of America. She's making our country weaker. She kowtows to big business and big tech. She makes everybody worse. And she's not even the worst politician there ever was. That's Harry Reid. Harry Reid was a son of a bitch. Mitch McConnell's not better than Nancy Pelosi. Just want to let you know, this is not a Democrat thing. Mitch McConnell is probably worse than Nancy Pelosi. I don't have political affiliations with Mitch. And I'm not saying this just because Nancy Pelosi is bad for our country, but she was a lot better than Harry Reid. Harry Reid was an absolute disaster. So anyway, here's why it's important to know that Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. Did you know that I could not get a Ford F-150 truck, nor could anybody else get any cars in the United States of America because there's a chip shortage that was caused by the pandemic? See, what happened is all the supply lines got dried up, and then they told everybody to stop going to work. So there was a deficit in the number of chips that were being made worldwide because areas like Singapore had a total shutdown. Korea, total shutdown. Taiwan, total shutdown. Vietnam, total shutdown. United States, partial shutdown. But in Silicon Valley and California, they were like, oh, we're going to shut down. We're going to make everybody wear masks. We're going to make everybody stay home for a year. So all of the chips did not get made. But nobody knew the effect that not making chips was going to be made on the world as we know it. So now we are seeing the effects of not having enough semiconductor chips made in the world. So that's why I can't buy a motorcycle for my daughter. Did you know that I can't? I went out and I tried to find a motorcycle for my daughter last week when she was here, and I hit every single Honda store in the state of Arkansas. They had one Rebel 500 and they had zero GX 500, GS 500, whatever the 500, the Africa. That's the Africa 500. Did you know that? They can't get new motorcycles. Why? Because there's no chips to make motorcycles. So that all means all the motorcycle plants. So 4 or 5 months ago, I went down and I was looking for a new Ford truck. And I was like, hey, man, I would like to try some of your new Ford trucks. They're like, we don't have any new Ford trucks. And I was like, well, I would like to get a Ford truck with this generator in the back because it's 7.2 kilowatts. And if I go camping, I can just plug my stuff in there. I don't have to have a generator. I don't have to find a place to plug in a camper. I just have the generator with me. So I would like one of these new hybrid trucks because I'm trying to save the environment because I'm nice like that. And I'm going to need one of these because I'm not only nice and I want to save the environment, but I need one of those because I plan on traveling, planning on camping, and I want to be able to plug all my stuff into the truck. And they went, yeah, that sounds like great. We would love to get you one of these hybrid trucks because it gets great gas mileage. It looks fantastic. Oh, but we don't have any. Nobody in the United States of America has any of these Ford hybrid trucks because there's no semiconductor chips in order to run them, in order to make them. So if you go to all of the dealerships, it doesn't matter whether it's Ford, Chrysler, Chevy, VW, Mazda. It doesn't matter where you go. There are no cars. Why are there no cars? Because they don't have any semiconductor chips. So I went down to my neighbor. I was passing my neighbor the other day. I stopped and said, hey, Nate, what's going on, bro? And he goes, hey, man, I'm going pretty good. I said, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to go check on my truck. He said, yeah, we ordered an Expedition, to support our family and to be able to do all the things we needed to do as a family almost a year ago, but there's no chips. So it is made sitting in a yard somewhere in Detroit waiting for a semiconductor chip. I was like, a year? He goes, yeah, we're just about to give up on it. Here's the amazing thing about that. He still doesn't have his truck. I don't even have my truck. However, my truck's supposed to be here Thursday. I can hardly wait for my chip. I can hardly wait for my truck on Thursday. Why is this important? Well, did you know that Congress got a briefing about this about a year ago? Yeah, Congress got word from their intel sources and from the Department of Transportation that semiconductors was going to affect the new car economy in a huge, huge, huge way. And do you know what? A guy named Paul Pelosi sold a bunch of stocks and other stuff and bought stock in Nvidia, right? So you're asking me, what in the world is Nvidia? Nvidia is commonly known as NVIDIA, is an American multinational technological company incorporated in Delaware and based in Santa Clara, California. It's a software fabulous company which designs graphic processing units, GPUs, application program interfaces for data science, and high performance computing, as well as system on a chip units. That's right. Paul Pelosi, the husband of Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, after she got a briefing about this, and before it was made public knowledge, took money out of other stocks and bought a shit ton of Nvidia, NVIDIA. And now he has made millions and millions and millions of dollars off of that. And I'm just saying, what a coincidence that the Speaker of the House would get briefings on this. Her husband would go out and buy the stock just haphazardly, because I'm sure that they never talked, because that would be insider trading. And everybody knows that insider trading is illegal. So I know that Nancy Pelosi didn't do anything illegal. I know that Paul Pelosi didn't do anything. Debbie says term limits. Yes, I agree with term limits. But the people that are in there are not going to vote for term limits. So we're going to have to vote them out one at a time. That's what I got. So here's the thing. It's absolutely amazing to me. That's what's up with the computer chips and Paul Pelosi. Paul Pelosi made millions and millions and millions of dollars. And his wife, Nancy Pelosi, said, oh, I can't believe that he guessed right again. So their net worth is worth millions and millions and millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. And it's all because Paul keeps getting lucky in the stock market. Who would figure? That's crazy. All right, last thing. Last thing. Okay. There's 250,000 people coming across the southern border illegally every month. The process is, if you get to the southern border and you can cross into the United States, just 1 foot into the United States, if you are stopped by anybody on the border and you say the word asylum, you are no longer an illegal alien in the United States of America. You are a migrant that has yet to be adjudicated. What does that mean? That means that if you're from somewhere else, say China, Iraq, Syria, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, doesn't matter where you're from. Hell, you could be away from anywhere. If you get into the United States of America, 1 foot in, and you get stopped by anybody that's a government agency, and you say the word, I seek asylum, you are now allowed to come into the United States of America. And you will be given a court date, because if you claim asylum, then you are not illegally in the country. You are a victim. That's what's happening on the southern border. So what they did is Congress created all of these rules for illegal immigration and what to do about them. They also created a set of rules for people that are seeking asylum. So that if you are seeking asylum, somebody that's a judge has to adjudicate your case and say whether you are have a legal case for asylum based on what your personal story is, whether you're running from the government, whether you have been oppressed, whether you have been beat up, whether you're running from the cartels, whether you've been involved in the drug trade, whether there's a war in your country, whether there's famine, whether there's everything. And then a judge, you go in front of a judge and the judge says, yes, you are allowed to have you're allowed to enter into the country because you have sought asylum and we are granting you asylum in our country. That's why all the people are coming in and being let in. Because down there, all you have to do is say asylum and they have to let you in. The laws of Congress are broken to the point where all you have to say is asylum and they have to let you in. And Congress is not changing the law. I wonder why that is. They're not, when the Republicans got in there, they actually had control of the House and the Senate, but they didn't do anything with it. They had control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, but they didn't do anything with it. They could have changed the laws for asylum seekers in the United States of America. Trump did his best to build the wall, but he didn't change the asylum laws. So, because everybody keeps doing that, Greg Abbott down in Texas said, hey, you know what? I'm going to change things up a little bit. Said, they're not going to change the law, so I'm going to send them to the people that created the problem. What I'm going to do is if somebody comes across here and they claim asylum, we're going to put them on a bus if they voluntarily want to get on the bus, and we're going to send them to Washington, D.C. So hundreds, if not thousands of people that are illegal immigrants into the United States that have claimed asylum that are going to be in the United States of America until their case is adjudicated in the court of law are now being sent to Washington. And the mayor of D.C. is pissed. She's a Democrat. She loves the open border policy. She loves letting illegal aliens in. She loves all the people that are coming from all around the world. All they have to do is step foot in the country and say, I claim asylum. They're not allowed to adjudicate that on the border because they're enforcement officers. They're not allowed to adjudicate people on the spot. That has to be done through an official government process. So Miriam, I think her name is Miriam Bowser, something like that. Let me type this in here. Who is the mayor? Who is the mayor of D.C.? What is her name? Muriel Bowser. There she is. There she is right there. Yes, sir. Hey, Mayor of the District of Columbia. She was pissed. So she went on Face the Nation this weekend. She went on Face the Nation this weekend. She goes, our homeless shelters are overcrowded. Our services are being overrun. The people that are here that really need our help, the homeless and the people that are downtrodden, they're being displaced by all of these people that are illegally coming into our country and being sent to Washington, D.C. Feel sorry for Washington, D.C. Feel sorry for Washington, D.C. You get a couple of thousand people in Houston, gets 100,000 people a month. 100,000 people a month are going into Houston, into San Antonio, into Dallas, into Del Rio, into Laredo. Screw you, lady. Are you kidding me? You need to call up Joe Biden, the Secretary of the Mayorkas, who's the Secretary of the, Homeland Security. You need to get them off their ass if you don't like it. What do you think Texas has been dealing with? And she's going, they're tricking people into getting onto buses and coming up here. They're not tricking anybody. They're going like, hey, man, you want to get on a bus and go up to Washington, D.C.? It's the capital of the United States of America. It's also Democrat. Democrats love you. Don't you know that Democrats love you? Matter of fact, they created this policy. Go up there and see the mayor of D.C. Her name is Muriel. Muriel. Muriel loves people like you. So get your little illegal alien behind on this bus, and Muriel will take care of you. It's hilarious because when faced with the realities of illegal immigration and what Texas, Arizona, Mexico, California, Nevada face, Louisiana, Arkansas. Finally, one of those northeastern states is having to put up with the influx of people like they're putting it up on the southern border, and they don't like it much. Well, guess what? People in the South don't like it either. So, anyway, that's the show for tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. So, we started off talking about Pink Shirt Day and a day of pink. Here's the deal: is you can't have pink. Period. You can't have pink. I have so much pink in my closet, it's unbelievable. You want to know why? Because I support the fight against breast cancer. I also support the fight against cyberbullying and bullying LGBTQIA people. Bullying is not cool, but find another color. Doesn't have to be pink. No. Pink is for the fight against breast cancer. Don't confuse people. You guys are being assholes and you know it. And if nobody else is going to call you out on it, I'm going to call you out on it. Second thing, Paul Pelosi made millions in the semiconductor investment business. Who would figure that around the world we would have a global shortage of chips? They would tell Congress. Nobody told Nancy, and Nancy never told Paul, but Paul just made the greatest investment decision of his entire life, invested millions and millions of dollars in NIVIDIA and made millions. Now, it's too late for you to get in because the price of the stock has already shot up. But, Paul, I'm sure Paul spread that around. And then finally, we talked about Muriel Bowser up in Washington, D.C. getting pissed off about illegal aliens coming to her city, which I think is hilarious. So without further ado, remember, Mickey in the Middle, 9 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday, right here, wherever I am, right there, wherever you are. Remember to like, share, hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for your comments. You make the show a lot better. I enjoy doing this show, and I hope you enjoy it too. So without further ado, we're going to kick it and get out of here. You guys have a great night. I will see you tomorrow, and good night, small one. I love you. See ya.